I met these lovely, beautiful ladies at HorrorCon. It's one of the first times they're doing it at Indianapolis Convention Center. They usually do it at hotels and stuff. So I want to ask y'all ladies, what bring y'all to this HorrorCon? Is this y'all first HorrorCon? And what do you expect out of this experience?
So for me, I've been coming to Horror Hound in the 2 locations here in Indy and in Cincinnati for probably about 7 years. They do a spring show and a fall show. We're here this time working the Mask Fest side of the show.
Sweet.
So definitely a good time, awesome after parties, good time to be had. How long have you been coming, Cassie?
2017. Yep, Cincinnati, my first one. It was awesome.
So,
I come for the atmosphere, the experience.
So are y'all trying to meet any celebrities, or what is your goal from this?
Oh, I'm meeting Robert Englund. The guy that plays Freddy in the Nightmare on Elm Street movies.
Yeah.
So I got a photo op with him tonight. I got one with him in November in Philadelphia. So this is my second time, but I'm getting a redo pic because the first one wasn't that great. So hopefully this one's better.
Are you getting an autograph or just a photo?
Just a photo.
Just a photo. And are you meeting any celebrities?
Yeah, so I'm going to do signatures and a photo op with Alex Winter, who was on Bill and Ted, Excellent Adventures. My boyfriend actually had scripts from back when the original movies came out, so I'm getting those signed. Also a huge fan of Tom Savini, who's an FX makeup artist.
So before we end this, what is your favorite horror movie and why?
I'm definitely a Stephen King fan. Pet Sematary is my jam.
Okay. What is your favorite horror film?
Nightmare on Elm Street. That's the first one I saw. Scared me to death as a kid.
How old were you, if you can think about it? What was that? 5?
5 years old. It's my childhood. It's where it started.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm not a horror fan at all, but I love the chemistry and the unique people that come to these things. And maybe I might be a horror fan in the future, but I hate to be scared. I hate to be scared. I don't like being scared at all. I like science fiction. I like comedy movies, sometimes romance. That's about it.
All right, this is Jay Leno here with Nerd Shit, with my guys here at Horror Hounds. You mind introducing yourself? So I'm going to start with you.
Jonathan.
John. All right, so what brings you to Horror Hound this year?
Mask Fest. We're actually vending, me and my cousin.
Mask Fest?
Yeah.
So what all does it consist of?
It's just everybody kind of displaying what they got, creatively, like stuff that they make, and then some people have stuff that other people made, rare stuff and things like that. But
okay.
Yeah, MC Studios is the name of his. Check him out.
Okay, we'll probably go inside and check him out when we're in there. So what brings you to Horror Hound?
I'm volunteering for the first time. As a volunteer, usually I work behind the scenes a little bit. So just different viewpoint from the con circuit. Very interested in trying to get on board and travel more con circuit wise. So just figured I'd write in a little bit and see what it does.
Badass. Okay, well shit. I said while we're at it, what's your favorite horror movie?
My favorite horror movie is The Devil's Rejects, I think.
Devil's Rejects?
Yeah,
hell yeah. I like
zombie,
it.
Man.
And then what was the sequel to Devil's Rejects? I'm trying to remember.
I can't remember the name of it. It's the same people in it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, either way, he was badass. Rob Zombie.
Rob Zombie. Same people in all of his movies, really.
The Devil's Rejects is a sequel to itself.
Oh, okay.
To Haunted something or whatever. I forget. I don't know.
It's called good. What's your favorite horror film?
The Strangers.
Strangers?
Yes, down to earth. It can really happen, and I was inspired by true things, just twisted around a little bit.
Nice.
So if you're gonna kill me for real.
Oh yeah, I feel you on that. Well, shoot. As far as myself, I'll probably go with The Lost Boys, if that's considered one.
No, yeah, I've seen that.
Lost
yeah.
with the Vampires?
Yeah.
I know someone who just met Sutherland 4 times in 4 conventions.
Oh, badass. Oh, yeah.
Dedicated.
And then I'm excited to see dude from Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventures that's going to be in there.
Yeah, you got 2 Lost Boys.
When's that coming out? When's that coming out?
I don't know if when the remake's going to come out. It's been rumored.
The second one's been out. It's on Prime.
Oh, really?
It's
Okay.
been out for over a year.
Oh, wow.
badass.
I didn't know that.
See, I mean, hopefully if I stick around long enough after the con, I get an interview from some of those guys.
Yeah.
All right, I got you. Well, thanks for tuning in to Nerd Shit, guys.
See you in there,
I
man.
appreciate you.
So this YouTube channel is world-class bullshit. They called me out one day about using their content. but anyways, like, you've been bashing Star Wars since Disney owned it. Like, it's awful. And
I knew a bad idea when I see it, so.
so did you think it was going to be bad as soon as you saw the movie, or before, like when you saw the trailer?
Before that, I remember the exact day. I was in college. I was like junior in college. And this girl was in touch. She's like, hey, Disney just bought Star Wars. And she told us what was in the press release. And I went, Han Solo's gonna die. That's the first thing I thought to myself. And then I went, Disney owning Star Wars ain't gonna be that great. Because the prequels, a lot of people dislike it. The prequels aren't as bad as everyone says. Like episode 2, yes. But 1 has merit, and episode 3, I think, is pretty good. So I was going into it really hesitant. And then that first teaser dropped, and I went, oh no. I could just feel something was off. And it was just like everybody bought into the emotional hype, but they weren't actually looking at what they were watching. And so I went into that movie. Here's my favorite part of that movie. I waited in line to go see it, and this guy was dressed as Grand Admiral Thrawn. I couldn't get tickets to the first screen. I got the second screen. He's all dressed up, ready to go, and he's like so excited. And he goes in, and he comes out, and his face just dropped. He's like, he didn't like it. I went in, I'm like, I just knew what was going to happen with the Han Solo death and a couple other things. I'm like, you just feel it. And so I see the movie, I'm disappointed, and I do the live stream right afterwards where I use the phrase, I was emotionally gutted by The Force Awakens. And I really was just like, how did people fall for that? It was a new hope. It was a new hope, and it's my favorite movie. I love everything about it, and I was like, I just watched a fake, bad version.
It was a feminist version of New Hope. I felt like a total jackass. I literally spent almost $2,000 worth of action figures before I saw The Force Awakens. Because I thought maybe this might be worth money. Disney bought it. I thought Disney was going to take care of our baby, our franchise, and to this day, I can't sell any of the toys.
No, they've lost. I went to a place called Frankenstein's out in California when I was living out there, and the guy and I were talking. He's like, dude, none of these figures are worth
Nothing.
nothing.
No.
So, folks, if you have invested in Star Wars action figures, you made a mistake. Now, if they're vintage ones from the 70s and 80s, you got something. But if you bought The Force Awakens thinking it was the second coming, you should have looked at what happened with the Phantom Menace. I knew this guy worked with Hasbro. He's like, they cleared out so much of the power of the Force use, which was like these 90s versions of Star Wars toys, in the preparation for Episode 1. Episode 1 toys did not sell like everyone thought. So many of these generic characters like Theo Bibble and Jar Jar, they just sat around. So people were like excited for the third coming of Star Wars, and it did even worse. So it's like, and the one thing that always made me laugh is they tried to say, well, there are people who play with toys. Kids don't like toys. It's like adults buy the toys. The numbers show it.
Exactly.
Because it's they're detailed and articulated in little bitty things. And now they're just trying to always come up with a new excuse for why it didn't work. And it didn't work. And was it 8 years ago? And they're still trying new Star Wars stuff like Ahsoka. Not gonna work. You can't have a fan base become apathetic because they'll never come back. Once you turn them off, they're off. It's like
Fact.
and that's what Star Wars is.
And do you agree with me? Because I feel like Disney and DC and Star Wars, they're all feminizing properties. In my eyes, I feel like mostly men watch these products. Mostly men buy these action figures, buy all this stuff. So why are they trying to switch it to female? Why is the Force female?
Well, do you want a real reason?
Yeah, I want a real
Besides the Kathleen Kennedy stuff, from what I've heard from very reliable sources, writers don't put this in the movie. It's the next step above that. The producer/marketing department, they think this is trending hot and how they're going to expand their brand and make more money. So they think that we're all like junkies and that we're going to buy anything they put out. But that's not the case. So what they've done is they've alienated us. Like, I love action figures, you know, hot toys and all that stuff. And so like, I don't buy Star Wars anymore, but you name it, like if it came out between like 95 and maybe 2013, I was buying it all.
Me too.
I got the big Millennium Falcon, got it. The big Walker, got it. Every Han Solo, every Luke Skywalker, every Princess Leia, I don't discriminate, I like them all. But the thing is, now I don't buy anything. They can put out nice stuff, like there's this new Han Solo out, I'm like, that's the best looking Harrison Ford face.
Like for me, Princess Leia, she knew her role in the original Star Wars.
She was cool.
In the TV show of the Obi-Wan Kenobi, it was this little 10-year-old girl that knew how to fix spaceships, knew how to do all this stuff.
You know why that is?
How can a 10-year-old know how to do all that?
You can't. And the reason is they tested the truth. They tested that show with the kids. The kids responded, they put more of her in. That girl wasn't supposed to be such a big presence in the show. So Disney just doesn't know what to do with it.
It didn't even make sense for Obi-Wan Kenobi to leave that world because he was supposed to protect Luke Skywalker. They hate Luke Skywalker.
They do.
They hate him.
The sad part is Luke Skywalker is like the traditional hero. He's kind of like, and I don't mean this in a disrespectful way, but he's kind of like the perfect blank slate. Everyone can be Luke Skywalker. You could be Luke Skywalker, I can be Luke Skywalker. We don't look like him.
Nah.
We don't look anything like him.
Hell no.
We can relate to him, and that's the problem. That's where they messed up. Because he was a relatable character that everybody from every walk of life liked.
Yeah.
And now you've replaced it with a female alternate that nobody likes.
I can't stand her.
Who likes Rey?
She's like a Super Saiyan god. Like,
But not in a cool way.
Yeah, not in a cool way. Like on drugs or something.
She's like if, what is it?
She's steroids.
She's like if Yamcha had Super Saiyan powers or something.
My,
Like,
my
whatever.
thing is, why make a trilogy of Star Wars movies if she wins in every movie? What made Darth Vader so iconic was he won in every movie except for the last film. So it made sense to make a trilogy because nobody could beat him.
And look at how, let's just go back to the first Star Wars for a minute. Luke was always talked about as being a great pilot, a great pilot, a great pilot. When it came to Darth Vader and Luke, they never met on the Death Star. He watched from a distance as Obi-Wan got struck down, and he's like, no! And then they ran away.
Exactly.
When it came down to the 0 hour, when Luke's just barely getting away from Vader, Han Solo had to save him. So it's not like the hero saved the day by himself. It was a series of events that set up a natural conclusion.
Exactly.
Rey beat the bad guy in the first one with a lightsaber. She beat him again in the second one, and then killed him in the third one. It's like, whatever.
To me, it was like Rey literally said that Jedi's was a myth. She thought Jedi's was a myth. So how do you know how to do Jedi mind tricks? How did you know how to use a dark user, be a dark user in that film? And then that love interest relationship at the last Star Wars film, that was awful. Because I couldn't see it. I knew Kylo Ren wanted her to join the dark side, but I didn't see like a romance relationship.
It was a bunch of weirdos on the internet. Like, it's funny how people will say shit about us on the YouTube channel. It's like, all right, whatever, fine, you're wrong. But then like they want to go on this Raylo stuff is weird. And then they would like harass Adam Driver, who was married. It's like, calm down. It's like the internet likes to chastise the wrong part of the Star Wars fan base, and they went after passionate fans, and those passionate fans have been alienated, and they're not going to return. So I'm not going to return. I spend my money on other things.
Yeah. For me, I would never buy the new Star Wars stuff again, but I'm giving episode 10 a chance. If that's awful, I am done with Star Wars. Those will be like the American Pie movies, straight to DVD. I am out. I'm not going to watch them anymore. They're American Pie films.
It's a business thing for us, because we kind of have to talk about it. So that's my personal interest. So does somebody stable interest?
Yeah, if I was not a YouTuber, I would have then stopped watching that movie after Force Awakens.
Honestly, like, dude, I love comic books. I mean, I'm selling my own here. I would not be doing comic book stuff.
Do you have your own comic book series?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Mine's about Star Wars. We kidnapped Harrison Ford and forced him to remake Star Wars in our basement. It takes place minutes after The Force Awakens.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I'll let you see it. I got a box of them on the floor.
Ooh, how much you selling them for if any of them want to know?
It's $20. You can go to stealingsolo.com and get it. I built the website. They've been moving fast. Like, you know how people have to like sell a tactic. Like, come on, folks, get it today before it's gone. It's going to be gone quick. Because I put up a couple cases and they keep moving. Every day I'm shipping out a lot. So, stealingsolo.com, folks. I don't know when you're going to see this video. They might be gone by then. But if not, get yourself a copy. Nick was there today. He saw me take out a huge stack of them as well.
He's a fucking liar. He's a fucking liar.
The last thing I want to say before I in this video. What made y'all become YouTubers? Like, what did you think was going to come from it? And are you surprised of the success you got so far?
I'll answer the last question first. Yes, I'm very thankful for it because people are awesome. It's like we're setting up the table and you're like, I know you guys, and so here we are. So it's awesome. I love this kind of stuff. But the way it started is Nick and I actually met at Horror Hound.
Here, I'll do this.
Ever since episode 3, Nick's been on the show. But we met at Horror Hound 2014
in Cincinnati.
In the hotel.
Oh shit, it was. Okay,
yeah.
Okay.
Hello, Jason. So back then, Horror Hound was in a different location, and so I said to him, "Hey man, I'm thinking about starting a podcast." And so for a year, I talked all the time about starting a podcast. Because what it is, I would listen to this show called Bloody Good Horror, and I loved it because it made me feel like I was the 5th dude in the room. I'm like, I want to create something that's like that for everybody else. Well, I don't want to talk about horror. I want to talk about pop culture. And so we started doing the show, and then in October of 2015, and then The Force Awakens dropped, and then that video hit, and then Ghostbusters came out, and that hit even bigger. And so then we teamed up with a couple other YouTubers and a guy named Ethan Van Skyver, who's a comic artist, who is very talented. And so we created this community, and now it just keeps on rolling. So that's the story of us, how we came together, and yes, we love it.
It was funny because I had just ended a horror podcast a year before that, so I knew how to make one. I knew all the technical stuff. I knew where to go to do everything. And Jeff was like, "I need to make a podcast." I was like, I know how to make a podcast. So it worked out real well.
Here we are. Yeah. If you think this is cool, wait till you see what we got next.
Y'all are famous now, to be honest.
I mean, you recognize us right away. We just got here.
Y'all are famous. So before I end this video, check out World Class Bullshitters. Great YouTube channel. I've been there almost since day one. Did y'all start it around Force Awakening?
A couple months before, yeah.
Okay,
October of that year.
I basically been there almost since day one.
Thanks for joining us for the ride.
Almost 10 years now. Almost 10 years.
A decade of decadence.
Yeah,
a decade of bullshit.
So subscribe to their channel. Subscribe to Nerd Shit for my TV shows. And to subscribe to this. Nerd Culture is Toxic. And we are out.
I just want to let the world know that Paul is undefeated for sneaking inside of a convention. This is how he does it right here. Just act like he's supposed to be there. Dark culture is top security, top flight sneaking everywhere. But then Paul. Hey.
Oh, nerd shit.
Keeping it moving, boys. Got some interviews coming up too. I gotta get a pen from the Woke Busters. As you can see, Paul and him are getting it in right now. Just don't want to miss out on an opportunity to enjoy more of the con. Lot more ladies at this convention. Ratio is about even compared to the other cons. Let me wipe off my screen so you can get the. That'll be no problem. Time to look at the cakes. Time to look at the cakes. Time to look for the cakes.
And he was like, sure.
Who's sad now? High five? High five.
I'm gonna go back through the famous people again. The celeb views. Go back to the boy William Fickner, who played Shredder and lots of other films as well. Oh, he stepped away. I got footage of him though to show. To Griffin Dew. Excuse miss. Wendy Peppercorn. Sandlot Boys. Freddie Rodriguez. The Faculty. I think I'm gonna turn this off and switch my title to Horror Hound, just so I can get a couple more lives off, guys. Be back in a second, changing the title.
Yeah, this is crazy.
I'm definitely gonna picture them cakes.
Definitely ate.
It's crazy, he had his own show too. The Jamie Kennedy Experiment. Well, who's this line for? Cakes. Cake alert. Jeffrey Doon is getting it in. Cakes. Excuse me. Yeah, killers. The drag you love. Booker T's supposed to be here, say it later. We shall see. Going back down this way again. Another shot of Megan. Yeah, but picture it, so I can just take a video of it. It changes the game. Okay, here's this.